What's going on, everybody? You've reached another edition of the NRW Checkpoint, where we go over this week's latest and greatest in gaming. I'm WebsterStyle, your man, the voice, the fragrance, and I'm always joined by my man, Brian Sapph. How you doing today, Brian?
Doing all right yourself?
Doing all right, man. Let's jump right into it. We have a plethora of games today. No heavy hitters, but we do have some notable console exclusive, which have been touted by the various platforms over the past few months. First up is As Dusk Falls, which is for the Xbox series of systems and PC. And this is a narrative action adventure game, and it's coming out on Game Pass day one. This is that I wouldn't say cel-shaded-ish sort of story-driven game that you probably saw trailers of, and we're actually watching a trailer of that a little bit later. How you feel about these sort of story-driven narrative adventure games, Brian?
Normally I'm okay with them. Like, they taught the line of RPGs, so anything with a good story, I like games like that.
And we'll get a bit more of that later on with the trailer. Next up is Ending. Extinction is Forever, and that is just on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Of course, backwards compatibility does apply there. This is an adventure game, and you are a fox in a desolate wasteland trying to protect your cubs. Looks very interesting. We're actually watching the trailer for it. I love these nuanced games where you're like playing in nature or you're an animal, and those tend to have a whole lot of stories surrounding them and very compelling and engaging as far as a player is concerned.
I agree.
Right. Next up, we have Fallen Angel, which is on the Switch and PC. And this is an action game. Looks pretty cool. Checked out the trailer for it earlier, but we're not watching the trailer for it today. So, if you're interested in the game, check it out on the YouTube if you want to see more about this game. The next game is Dusk Falls. That does drop day one on Xbox Game Pass. So now we hit Stray, and Stray is for the PS4, 5, and PC. Now, Brian, yes. I wasn't sure. I thought that was a big VR game they were touting. Is it VR or?
No, it's a regular game.
Okay, all right.
The thing that they were like pushing with it is that it's like one of the first games to have a game trial for the new PlayStation.
Oh, that's what it was. I knew something about that. Okay. Yeah. That's actually from Anapir Interactive. We talked about a lot of the really gorgeous indie games they've been publishing for all the various platforms. And this is an adventure game where you're a stray cat, and I believe it's like some sort of post-apocalyptic world or something like that. When I was reading the description, we are watching that later, and that is going to be dropping on PlayStation Essentials Plus on day one with that game trial, I believe. So that'll be available for you to try, if not to actually play through the whole game the day it drops. Next up, we have Bright Memory Infinite, and that's on the PS5, Xbox S and X, and then the Switch. And that is a shooter. It actually debuted on the PC back in 2021. So again, another shooter, looks pretty cool. We're not watching the trailer, so check it out on YouTube if you're interested in more. Now, Brian, when I was looking at this list, I said as I was going through, there are no RPGs. Yeah, I was wrong. So next up, we have Coromon, which is only on the Switch, and that is an RPG, and it actually launched back in March on the PC. So it's been a little bit of lag time between that and the Switch, but it's not on any other systems either. And then the last new release for the week is Live Alive, and this is on the Switch. This is an RPG from the fine folks at Square Enix. So I know Brian will definitely be checking this bad boy out, and it's like that 2.5D. I'm not sure if it's like a remake of like an older game. From where it looks, that's the sort of style they've been taking with their HD remakes of those older like Super Nintendo style games. So it looks like that. I'm not sure if it is one. Actually, no, I think it is. I think the original one only came out in Japan, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
So the original name never came out in the West. I may be wrong in that recollection, but I feel like that's what it is, because there was a lot of hype when this was announced at one of the Nintendo Directs a little while ago. So yeah. So I know Brian's definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, Square Enix is it's my thing right there. I like their games, so we'll see what they're talking about. RPG, they tend not to fail with those. So
yeah, and we are watching a trailer for that. Let's get into the trailers. The first trailer we're going to watch is the trailer for As Dusk Falls.
Okay.
Xbox Game Studio presents.
Oh, it's straight from Xbox Studios, huh?
Yes. It was part of their big summer game reveals.
Almost didn't make it.
For most people,
I love the
just a pit stop.
aesthetics of it.
Good.
Wasn't taking the scenic route your idea?
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of like a watercolor
like a trap.
animation.
There's enough cash in that safe to put the last few weeks behind us. On the ground now!
You were in the wrong place at the wrong time. We'd been in the wrong place forever.
Sometimes doing the right thing is doing the wrong thing.
I've got eyes on two hostages.
None of us escaped that night.
It's okay.
Even those of us who made it out alive.
What I like about this, it doesn't look like anything else you're going to play.
Yeah.
Taken very different
It
paths
actually
in
looks like
life,
it's supposed to be on Netflix or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
but they all lead back to Turok.
Get rid of the cop. Hey there.
Evening. Hey, Sam.
It's interesting.
Say,
When I
you haven't
first saw
seen
this
three
back
fellas
in
in a blue
June,
pickup,
I
have you?
wasn't
Nope.
interested.
Been here
Now
all
watching
day.
this again, I'm
How you
like,
liking
I
the desert
definitely want to
dream?
play this.
Oh,
Yeah,
Can't
there's
complain.
a story
Can I
here
ask what brings you to
that
Turok?
looks really interesting.
And I haven't watched any reviews, but just the sort of headlines of the reviews I've seen on this today have been good.
As Dusk Falls experience so
Oh yeah, that's right. And it's up to 8 players multiplayer.
players?
I'm like, how does that work?
Yeah, like
Yeah, I'm
wonder what the
interested.
gameplay is like.
Yeah, I will let you know. I'll probably talk about that one on the next podcast on episode 119. That'll
Okay.
probably be my download. So I'll
Definitely
put that
check
through its
that out.
paces and let you know.
All right.
So that was As Dusk Falls. Next up, we have Alive from Square Enix.
Live Alive is coming alive on July 22nd. Multiple stories featuring different protagonists, time periods, and gameplay await.
this is
Now in HD 2D.
Like I said, it looks pretty.
Is that a
A
thing?
demo
They
with the
just proved
start
that?
of
They just
3
made that up?
chapters: Imperial China, Twilight of Edo Japan, and The Distant Future will be available on Nintendo eShop later today. Save data
Also, we
from the
have
demo
expansion
can be
packs
transferred
too?
to the full game once purchased.
Oh, the demo.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, you know what? I'm about to get that.
Oh,
play the demo.
I like it when they do that with the demos. So that was Alive. How you feel about that, Brian?
I'm gonna download the demo and play
Okay.
it because
All right.
I think I don't know. I like when at first glance it looks kind of like Fire Emblem, just the art style and everything. But like the older versions of the game, it has like a Zelda vibe to it as well. So I
It
don't
does
know.
actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
All right. Next up, we have Stray.
Now I seen this trailer because they premiered it in the last
State of Play.
Yeah, State of Play. It looks really like interesting, honestly. At first, I'm like, okay, it's a cat walking around, but then you just saw this little human with a TV face. I don't know what
Like I said, Annapurna, they do a really good job of getting these really good indie games and publishing them. I can't say that many other publishers do that, especially with the sort of success they've had too, because they have really been able to put out some really quality games. You know, talked about the Awful Escape. I forget that blue game. Carry On, another game. No, that's the Devolver. I'm getting that one confused. But yeah. But they put out those two, and those are really good games, really good story-driven games, and just fun to play. And this looks like it's really fun to play as well.
Yeah, I'm like
It's
really
different.
intrigued. Like, what's the end game with this? Like, what is this cat trying to find or do?
Right.
And is this little cell phone on his back? Is that how it communicates with other people?
Right.
These humanoid things?
And these graphics, I'm assuming a lot of this from PS5 version looks really great.
Yeah, it's PS5 exclusive, I believe. Oh, no, it's going to be on 4 as well.
Yeah, it's 4 as well, definitely. Yeah. All right, so that's Stray. Like I said, it looks really good, and I understand why they're touting that. So if you have PlayStation Essentials Plus and beyond, definitely check that out when it comes out this week. And last for the trailers, we have Ending. Extinction is forever.
Is it, though?
Yes, it's unless it's Jurassic Park where they get your DNA and pump it.
We have the technology to preserve everything. Just let everything die. It's crazy. This is like a little like straight, like not. Oh, not a trap.
This looks heart-wrenching.
Is the life of a fox this difficult?
Hey, survival of the fittest, man. Kill or be killed, eat or be eaten. All right, so that's the last one. I think this week is a really good mix of games from the aspect of genre, but also just art style stories. I think that one of the things, we've often talked about on this show is that we want to see different stuff when it comes to gaming. True. And I think this week is probably one of the best weeks where we've seen just different types of games and art styles. Everything is not that pixelated. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. Right. It seems like everything, as far as if it's an indie game, it's gone that route because that's what's popular. That aesthetic, that vibe is cool. So I'm really looking forward to this week. Like I said, as Dusk falls, I'm definitely downloading it and playing that when I'm not playing Turtles or Trek to Yomi still. It's been a busy couple weeks, so I haven't even gotten back into Trek to Yomi. I think I'm like halfway through. But I'm definitely going to download that and play that. It looks really interesting from a story sort of game perspective. And I think for me at this point, I'm really into the stories of these games. That's what really pulls me in.
Yeah, that's why I always say I'm really big on RPGs or whatever. It's the story, like shooting games and stuff. They're fun. Sports games, it's either a W or L. But with RPGs and these adventure games, you really get to immerse yourself in the actual story of that the developers are trying to tell. And being that you control the main character, you can really take it whichever way you want to, as long as you stick to the path of whatever story they're trying to tell. So it's good to see all these games that are strictly focused on trying to convey some kind of story. I'm gonna be checking out Live a Live. I see they had the demo and got 3 chapters on. I'm gonna play that. Stray, since it's gonna be up for grabs via game trials, I'm definitely going to take advantage of that and understand what's going on with the story. So we got a lot of good stuff here.
I'll be looking forward to hearing from you. So Brian, what else is going on with you this week?
Just the regular, got it right this time. The Talk+Play blerdcast is where I talk everything, headlines, games, music, TV, film. I just put an episode out today. Well, when you see this, viewers, it won't be today, but there's a new episode out. Got my Thor Love and Thunder review tucked in there somewhere, a couple albums, some cool PlayStation news, Xbox news,
I left you a comment on TikTok about Sony biting with your news.
Hey, listen, I agree with you, but it's just, as an avid Sony PlayStation person, I'm glad to see them try to give me some.
I don't have nothing wrong with it. I don't have a problem with it though. I laugh at these. Like I said, it's a great time to be a gamer, ladies and gentlemen. Right? So definitely check out Brian on the Talk+Play blerdcast. Again, you can always find me on the Sartorial podcast by WebsterStyle. I have no idea what I'm talking about when it drops on Saturday right now. It's been a weird week, so I don't know yet. But my current episode 118 is out, where I give my full recap of BlerdCon, a bunch of short takes. I'll talk about the this coach bag I've been testing and rocking out. So it's a whole lot of good stuff going on the most current episode with that. And of course, you can find us every week right here at the NLW Checkpoint, Nerds Rule the World. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at the NLW, on Instagram at New Release Wednesday. And of course, don't forget to like, share, and of course, subscribe.
Thank you for viewing. Good night or bye.